Good morning, Paul.
Good morning. I got to tell you, I'm listening to you two, and I'm like, boy, I am absolutely missing ducking in the studio. I mean, it's just, oh, my God.
Shots were fired.
It hasn't gotten any better, that's for sure.
Well, I'm sure
Taylor
it's
was
gotten worse
just
with, being together all the time.
Taylor can't handle it. She's just going nuts.
Yeah, it's me that can't handle it.
Yeah, can't handle it. I've seen an uptick in the Taylorism, so it's
They're
been kinda
cracking,
rough.
Paul.
Oh, Dan, I feel bad for you. Okay, move away.
Yeah, I'm in no man's land.
So guys, I got some really good stuff for you today. I want to talk about two things that really can help us in society in what we're going through right now. So first thing, Dan, I got a question for you. All right,
oh boy.
And being the young guy there, do you know what a bidet is?
Yeah, I do.
All right. Well,
You know why he knows? Because you told him last time.
Exactly. It's that thing
right,
you
so
squat over and it shoots the water up, right?
Wow. I could just see Dan ordering that. I could see Dan placing an order. Can you give me one of those things that you squat over and shoots water at you?
So I'll tell you two stories about that. Number one, so let's talk about, because it's funny in Europe and in Europe, Frank, in places like Italy and Spain,
and France,
97% of the households have a bidet.
That's
right. I find that amazing.
I had one in my house in Sands Point.
Well, good for you, Taylor. Nobody cares what you had in your house, and nobody cares you lived in Sands Point, wherever the heck that is.
Long Island.
Let me tell you something. Do they also have a regular toilet too?
Yes, it's actually in the building code in Spain and in Italy that you need to put a bidet in and a toilet when you build your house.
But aren't there when you look at all these apartments and homes and everything in Europe, they're like really tiny. How do you fit two things in a small bathroom?
Listen, I guess they figure it out, right? You see these shows, and I know you're talking about, the kitchen's in the bathroom half the time.
That is true.
But it's code, so I guess they figure it out.
Wow.
So in America, it's kind of been taboo for us. So most of Americans don't know what a bidet is or have a bidet. So we're gonna go so we can enlighten the listeners right now. Let's talk about what Webster calls a bidet. So a bidet is a spigot used for bathing the genitalia. Am I allowed to say that on the air, Frank?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I'm just making sure, right? And the preneurial areas, right? So interesting, right? So
indeed.
So let's go with our question for today. All right, you want to give away something today, Taylor? Have a little
not?
fun?
Let's give it away.
All right, so it's really hard because I'm not coming in, but how about we do a $50 Amazon gift card? This way I can send that to whatever listener wins. Is that a good one?
Well, how about just a Visa gift card or one of those?
Whatever I can go online and get, because we have social distancing and I'm not going into stores. How does that sound?
100%.
Yeah, she hates Amazon, that's why.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, I forgot. Oh, my God.
I'll remind you. Don't worry.
She doesn't even like the Nile. What are you talking about? Hates the Amazon, the Nile, and the the Mississippi.
I'm the queen of the Nile.
Okay. Oh, my God. Oh, and before I get into this, of course we're going to mention somebody who has 7 bathrooms who comes in on every
8.
Wednesday.
Is it real? Yeah, it's
8 bathrooms.
I think that's what kept Neil from being bored, because he's got it's like he's at home. You're kind of stuck. It gets boring. Every day he uses a different bathroom, so it's like
he's got to spice things up.
Yeah, it's like he's on vacation.
Well, of course, and if we're going to sell him 8 bidets, he can definitely spice some things up in his life.
But that's actually a rule that you have to have the bidet if you build a bathroom in a home in Europe?
Yes, in French, in Italy and Spain. I don't know about the rest of Europe.
I
but
think
yes.
France also.
Is a bidet?
I think France only.
Is a bidet more expensive than a regular toilet? I would imagine it would be.
Well, they're about the same, but you have both. So you have in the old. So now they make them where it could be together. You can get a bidet seat, which I'll go over in a minute, that you put on your toilet. But the way we used to put them in, it was a separate bidet and a separate toilet. Now they can make them as one, and so yes. Now they make them as one. Actually, when you toured my house, you saw mine. It was a toilet and a
that's
bidet.
right. I want one of those.
And a radio.
And a radio, and we'll go over that in a minute. So today's question for the listeners.
All right, drum roll.
What does the word bidet mean in French, and why is it called this?
Oh, that's a good... Even I don't know that, and I speak French.
Okay.
Nah, come on, that's easy.
And obviously it came from a French word,
Yes,
so you know.
Dan.
French word
Dan
that
said
means
it's easy because he's typing away on his laptop. All right, no, but don't say it because we want
Well,
the listener to
Dan, you
guess it.
can't win. All right, you can't win the
You
Visa
are, yeah,
gift
you're
it's not French.
ineligible.
It's not French for plumber, is it?
That would be very good. Okay, so in this pandemic, I've been getting calls on two products. One of the products I've been getting a call on is obviously a bidet, because this is a number that is kind of blew me away when I read it. So according to Tushy, which is Tushy is a manufacturer of bidets, you will use 80% less toilet paper if you want a bidet.
Wow.
Now that would make sense, but you're
I would
using
love
like
that
you're
now.
using like 100% more water though, and we're kind of water conscious.
No, you're
Isn't
not.
that
It's not. Doesn't use a lot of
it's like
water.
isn't it like
Paul?
a garden hose or what's his
Yeah,
name?
so you know what? Yes, it is. But I do think, so we're using a little bit more water, but not really that much because it's still taking water to flush your toilet. Okay?
That's true.
And right now, if you could save 15 million trees, according to Tushy, if we had a bidet, because Americans use 34 million rolls of toilet paper a year.
Yeah, a lot more.
Well, this would have
year.
solved the problem this time of the year with the toilet paper being off the
I
shelves.
want the combo toilet bidet. That's what I want.
Yeah, wait till I tell you how much that costs, Taylor, and I don't think you're going to want that.
All right, put the drum
Well,
roll
wait a
here.
minute. Why can't you use the bidet as a regular toilet?
You can. There's one. Okay, so there's bidets that are just straight bidets that are just used to wash those areas. Okay, and now in the last 30 years they came out with a bidet. It's a bidet seat, and that's what Tushy.com sells, and that's what Kohler sells and Toto. And that seat, you remove your toilet seat. You put your bidet seat on, which has a spigot to wash you, and you tie it into your water, and some of them are heated, and now your regular toilet becomes a bidet. Okay, so in that situation, you're not saving that much water because you're still going to flush, but it's doing the job. So if you think about it, a lot of different things about that. The average family uses 150 rolls of toilet paper a year. So I'll let you do the numbers, Dan. They're saving 80% of that if everybody used a bidet. And
then the shelves in the grocery stores would be filled with
Right.
toilet paper.
Right, and also, so now you're still, if you have that type of bidet and that's a fancy one that Taylor wants, so the fancier bidets actually have a blow dryer after you're done cleaning. They blow dry you and you're nice and dry. They actually have they have a seat warmer. The seat is warm.
Oh my
They
gosh.
actually, the Kohler one that I have actually blows out nice warm air on your feet, so your feet are warm while you're
Oh
sitting
my
on it.
God.
Okay, plus it
Living in
plays
paradise.
WTBQ.
I would ask what else it does, but I'm afraid.
But but you still want to pat yourself a little bit dry. So you're only using a little bit of toilet paper, or if you go on Tushy.com, they sell bamboo
Tushy.com?
towels.
Hey, listen, we have a caller on the line who wants to answer your question right now. So,
Already that's
all right,
wonderful.
caller, what's your first name? Where are you calling from?
Oh, it's Paul from Warwick.
Another Paul. We're bombarded with Pauls this morning. All right, tell them what you think bidet stands for.
It means pony in
Is that
French.
true? Pony?
So that's
Why?
exactly right. It's a French word for pony. In the Old French, the word biter meant to trot. Over time, the word evolved in something like pony toilet, meaning a smaller toilet that one straddles like a pony.
Oh, I gotcha. Oh, okay, now it makes sense.
Yeah, pretty interesting that you would think pony. So it comes up because on the older bidets that you would sit on, you would actually straddle. So that's why it's called a pony.
All right,
Pretty
well,
interesting.
Paul, not Paul Nebrasky, but the other Paul, you are a winner. So email me your name, address, and phone number, and we'll get it to Paul Nebrasky, and you will get your gift card.
I'll tell you what. Instead of sending the 50 to me, Mr. Nebrasky can call over to Silvio's, and he could send 2 meals over to the
Oh,
hospital.
that's wonderful.
How's that?
Okay, I'm
Thank
sorry.
you
couldn't
very
hear. What
much.
would you- 2
He
meals
said
to the
that,
hospital?
and he said instead of him taking the gift card, he'd rather you donate the 2 meals. That's what is $25 a piece to Silvio's to send 2 meals over to the hospital.
Okay, so Paul, not a contest, but we're going to do this. We're going to send 4 meals over. Okay,
Oh,
2
I
from me,
love
2 from
that's
you.
fabulous. All right,
right.
that's great.
Okay? Hey,
Thank you
that's
so
wonderful.
much.
Thank you so much.
Oh, that was wonderful. We have great listeners, I have to tell you.
Right?
And Paul, that's fabulous. Thank you so much.
So that's
tell
wonderful.
tell Frank and tell Silvio's over there that it was with WTBQ, so they know where it came from, so they understand.
Got some great folks out there doing a lot of great things,
absolutely
right? For sure.
With great hearts. I love it.
That's for sure. Yeah, good stuff. Well,
Absolutely wonderful. So bidets, they're the other thing that, and again, bidets, according to Tushy.com, they save, if you use a bidet, it would save 30 million cases of hemorrhoids. It would help in the United States and UTI.
Really?
I really want one of these.
So we're behind I was going to say we're behind the times here, but in America, but we're behind
That's
something.
a good word, behind.
That's
You got it, Frank.
we
Good
got
job.
something going behind here. Yeah.
a little double entendre there.
That is interesting. So, and of course, the trend these days, though, Paul, if you're building a new home or you new construction, bathrooms are getting bigger anyway. Everybody wants a double sink, and next thing you know, they'll have double showers. Who knows what's going on?
No thanks.
But no, they want everything big in there, so they'll make room for the bidet to go in there.
Typical
and
American.
that's what I'm saying. So today, Frank, I'm not putting in actual bidets separately. We're putting in what they call a bidet seat. Okay, and it's actually a seat that's made by these companies, and you put it on top with your toilet, or a toilet that doubles as a bidet and a toilet. So you don't even need the more room anymore, which is the great part about it.
Well,
Paul,
but wait a minute.
Let me ask him this question,
But
please.
this has to do with that.
I know that. Me too.
No, it doesn't.
I saw this wand-looking type of attachment that they say you can attach, I guess, to the toilet.
A wand?
No, let me finish. And it looks, you know what it looks like? One of those handheld shower heads that they're saying you can use it like.
It is the handheld shower head. Is that what you've been using that for? No wonder why. I wonder what's going on.
No, but they said you can use it like a bidet.
I told you they're cracking Paul.
Taylor, listen. Yes, it works. So you can open up your window, bring your hose in from the window, feed it through your toilet
Fire
seat,
it up.
and use it, and it does the same exact thing, and you're saving 80% of your toilet paper.
I want to use my power washer. I think that'll really get you.
Oh, boy.
That gets you clean.
Oh boy!
Oh, my God.
Frank, no offense, but if you need a power wash to clean yourself, I don't know what you're eating.
No, you don't know what Taylor made. It's all that organic stuff. Doesn't it goes in good. It's coming out. That's the problem.
Oh,
but
God.
no, hey, so
That's a pretty crappy
here's
conversation.
the deal. So when you get these seats that go on there, what do you have to adapt? Where do they get the water from, or how does that?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So, and before I even tell you that, I want to let you know a lot of the websites are now sold out of the seats.
Wow.
Really?
There's been a 10 amount of people, but 10 times more people are buying these now during the virus. So what it adapts to, they give you a tea, and you take off your toilet supply, and you put that tea on, and then you adapt it to there. You adapt it right to your water and your toilet supply.
So it doesn't come from the tank. It comes direct from the water supply behind the toilet.
Direct from the water supply.
So
behind
what
the
is the
toilet.
difference in price to have a bidet with the seat on it, a separate bidet, or just to use that kind of shower?
Yeah,
head
so
thing?
that's a great question, Taylor. So you can go to Home Depot. I heard Trader Joe's is selling them now. I'm not sure of that one, but imagine getting a bidet in your grocery store. But
I wouldn't be surprised. Get everything else and a TV. You're all set.
yeah, but I
Can't get anything.
Let's
You can't
my
get
dinner
food at the
toilet
grocery
clean,
store anymore. You might as well buy that
It's
stuff.
like tool time.
Right.
It's like 2 times. Exactly, Taylor. So the bottom, you can get one on, say, Home Depot, or buy one from Tishy.com for as low as $79. And what that is just a seat that you take off your regular toilet seat. It's very easy. You can watch a video of it, how to do it, and you tie it into the water supply you have.
So now, can an average Joe do this, or do I need a plumber to connect to the water supply?
I hate to say it, I think the average Joe might be able to do it, okay, truthfully, all right? I'm not telling you yes or no because it all depends. Frank, you do a lot of work. I think you'd be capable of it. I have other
don't know.
customers
I
who
don't
have-
think
I'm not
so.
a plumbing guy, though. I
No,
get
he
worried.
won't do plumbing or electric.
I can do the toilet seat. I'd be worried about connecting it to the water
Yeah, I
supply. That
agree.
sounds a little tricky.
Call Nebrasky Plumbing and Heating.
So now you can go up to the next step of them, and I've had a lot of customers email me about this one because it's a little bit more expensive, but it does a little bit more. So your next level between the $79 and $100 level is the level that's electric. They need electric to them, and those become a little bit of a problem. So those run about $300. Now, what makes them better is they heat the water for you. They have a little bit of a heater in them, and you have heated water now, which is a little bit more comfortable. Okay. The problem with those is you now need an electrical outlet by your toilet,
Which nobody has.
Yeah. To explain to you, water and electric don't mix, so nobody has electrical outlet by their toilet.
No.
So you would have to bring an electrician for that one.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't know how safe that is. I mean, it's probably
Well,
Oh, it's totally
safe.
safe.
It's safe.
It's a
Is it?
GFI outlet. It's totally
Yeah.
safe.
Yeah.
but it does give you a little bit better experience because you now have warm water.
Yeah,
okay?
that.
Otherwise, that could be a chilling experience. Yeah.
It could be a chilling experience. Oh my God!
Talk
Very-
about chiller
Do you
theater
see
in your
what I
home.
have to put up with? Jeez.
Hey, you see what I missed not being there?
Yeah, I
That's
know.
right.
Come on, this is good.
Yeah.
That's right.
So then it goes up to the top of the line toilets that American Standard sells, Kohler sells, and Toto sells, and that toilet lists for $8,000.
Oh my! What?
No wonder why we're not selling those in America.
Well, I hate to tell you, I've sold 3.
Did you really?
Okay, not in our area, but in the Westchester area, I've sold 3. Now that toilet we talked about a little bit before. That's the one that has a heated seat, plays music, has a remote control. You can turn it off and on from your phone. It has two sprayers, one for the back, one for the front. It warms your feet. It flushes by itself, so you don't have to touch anything.
And it plays Pat Benatar.
Can I marry it?
Wait a minute. No, plays Pat Benatar. Hit me with your best shot.
Yes, Frank. It plays. Well, mine plays WTBQ. So if you're not playing,
much smarter man.
But so and I'm not gonna lie. You heard me talk about it. I do have that one. Obviously, I got it at a discount because Kohler was very smart, and Kohler says, well, the plumber use them who sells these and sell them to his customers and talk about them on the radio.
Right, there it is.
And so here's what happened with this. Let's just put a regular toilet and look at this thing. It's crazy. It's this, it's that. It's ugly looking. And now she would not live without it.
You get used to that.
But can we?
Yeah, so anybody who's had a bidet or lives with a bidet tells you, I cannot believe I've never had a bidet before.
Now, the ones they sell in Europe have to be a lot less expensive. Are we able to import those or no?
Yeah, so they make a bidet that's just a toilet. No, they make a bidet that's just a bidet that you straddle like a pony, a little bit different, that before these came out. And they're a couple $100. They're not that expensive, but you need a faucet with that. The best way to go, truthfully, a bidet is a really wonderful thing. It's really going to save 80% of toilet paper. It's going to help with UTIs and such.
Hemorrhoids.
Hemorrhoids. The best way to do it is buy one of the bidet seats, which right now, when I went to Tushy.com, they were sold out. I don't know if they had them back yet.
Isn't that crazy?
And there's other companies that sell them.
What do those go for?
Those are the ones that are about you can start at $79.
Oh.
Now, is there any maintenance that you have to do on that, like you do with replacing the stuff inside of the toilet?
I haven't seen any yet because there's very few parts, but I'm sure there's maintenance. I'm really, really sure there's some maintenance,
what
Frank.
is
But I haven't, to be honest with you, in my 32 years of business, I've probably sold 30,000 toilets and 50 bidets.
Wow.
Right? Now, if I was in Europe, it would be the same. It would be the same amount of toilets and same amount of...
That's pretty interesting.
Bidets.
Yeah. So, the reason I bring it up is for this, is that, it's a good subject to get a laugh out, but it's also something where we can not need toilet paper and really be more,
And much
have better hygiene.
actually, it is actually better than toilet paper because nothing's touching anything, and you're not using the toilet paper and you're not flushing it, so
Right.
it's all
and,
good.
And you do need a little bit of toilet paper to pat yourself dry on the ones, the
sure.
ones that aren't $9,000,
Right.
or you're clean already, and they make you can just use a towel that you wash.
Right, that's
So-
true.
Interesting. Or you can use their what do they have, an air blower there, you said?
Well, that's
That's the
the
expensive one.
$8,000.
Yeah.
And
Air
if you
blower.
really
Talking
have-
about the
if you really
$79
have
one,
a
which
lot-
I have no problem people buying and gets great reviews, and hopefully you can put on.
And-
so there's a couple different ways you can go here, and they go from $79 all the way up to the $8,000, and each one does more. Just be careful. I had a customer who's going to order one online, called me up and said, "Hey, I ordered this online. Can you install it for me?" They didn't read the instructions, and that was one of the ones that was a $300 one that needed an outlet. And I said, wait a second, you need an outlet for this one. Do you want to add an outlet to your bathroom? It could be expensive. And they said no, and they turned around and got one of the less expensive ones. So before anybody out there listening goes to buy one, just read the instructions, read what they need, to make sure they don't need an outlet or what they actually need to do.
And they don't sell this at Home Depot yet.
No, they sell them at Home Depot.
Oh,
They're
they do?
absolutely
Okay.
Home Depot.
All right, because I know Home Depot sells, toilets and things like that. So,
Oh no,
I
they're
think-
at Home
you know
Depot.
what, if you-
I knew that question was coming, Frank. So I looked up before I got on the air.
yeah,
So
see that?
my question is, if your shower is right next to the toilet, why don't you just take the shower head that comes off of there and use that?
Yeah,
Taylor, you're just going to put me out of business.
that's right.
You're going to put me
Shower
out
head.
of business. Hey, Frank, I know
Like I
we're
want to
running
use
out of
that
time.
shower head.
gross.
Yeah, I want to use that shower head after that. Yeah, I'll be the next one. I'll be the next one in the shower right after that. Sure. Geez, I'm not coming out cleaner. What's going on?
What's that smell?
Oh my God.
Hey, I wake up in the morning and I know I'm going on WTBQ, and I just never know what I'm going to be talking about and laughing about. This is wonderful.
Oh, I love it. And
Well,
people need this.
yeah, we need a
badly.
little diversion from
Little
what's going on
levity
out
here,
there. But
for sure.
But it also does tie in with the fact that we've had a shortage of toilet paper in the stores. So
Not a shortage. They're not there.
yeah,
No,
well,
it is, and that's really the reason I'm talking about it. And now that I live with one, it is an amazing product that works, saves toilet paper, and keeps you clean and you're hydrated.
Cleaner than toilet paper.
A lot cleaner.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I love it.
yeah.
And it saves trees.
There we
So,
go.
Frank,
So
I know I'm
win-win.
coming up against 8:30. I just want to go over one other thing that I thought was really of interest to our listeners, and because we've been getting a lot of calls on that, and I really thought of you and Taylor when I thought of this, and the station. So there's a product that's been out for a while that we install, but we don't get a lot of calls for it. But now we're getting a lot of calls, and that is a UV lamp that goes in your ductwork of your air conditioning.
Oh. And that
Of your-
kills,
of your
does
thing.
that kill like germs, bacteria type thing?
Correct. So yeah, I buy mine from Honeywell, which is a major source, and that UV lamp, you put it into your ductwork. So you have the ductwork at the station. It costs anywhere, depending on what you do, depending on how hard it is to wire, because it does have to go to an outlet, between $550 and $900.
That's
But
worth every
that-
penny
that-
because it's like an air purifier.
You're right, and UV lights, ultraviolet lights, have been known to kill viruses, and they've been known to kill bacteria.
I love it.
And they also kill odors. And
I
they've been
want
around
this.
in my industry for years. I haven't installed a lot of them because to be honest with you, I wasn't 100% sure that they were offering to kill more things, more bacteria, more viruses than they said. But in what we're up against today, it's not they don't tell you what viruses they're going to kill. It just says removes potentially harmful viruses and bacteria, and it also kills odors. And that part of the odors I know works. So there is a UV light that is out there that we sell, and a lot of people sell lots of them, that goes into your ductwork, say at the station, that will help kill viruses
We
and
need
bacteria.
that. We need that
Now-
because something here is making me not feel good.
That's just me, Taylor.
Okay.
But in any case, Paul, where do you put this in the ductwork, before or after the heating?
You would put it on your return ductwork. So as the air returns back to the ductwork, right? So you want to kill the air as it comes in. You want to kill any bacteria, any viruses in the air as it comes back into your return.
And what about if you have those, we have an A-frame, so you talk
No, you're
those-
done. You don't have
No,
ductwork in the house.
That's what I'm saying.
Can't use
If
it.
Yeah,
you ha-
you're correct. Frank's right. So you really need ductwork in your house.
Okay, so
and
you
there's
can't
something
do
you
it
want to
without.
talk about. If the ductwork's not on, it's not working. So what I tell my customers, when you have air conditioning or in your house or ductwork, there's a setting on your thermostat that says fan only.
Right.
So you just run the fan, so you're constantly purifying your air. And I tell people to do that anyway. You have
What a
allergies. And have
great-
That's interesting.
filter in there.
Yeah,
I love that.
A lot of times you do that to circulate the air. Does the light stay on all the time, or only when the unit is running?
You know what, Frank? I don't know that answer. I would assume when the unit is running because it's being powered when the unit's being powered, but I don't know that answer. There is some maintenance to it, so let's talk about maintenance. The bulb it tells you when you need to get a new bulb. Say, I think it's once a year. It will tell you, and then you have to change the bulb, which really screws in and screws out. I think the homeowner can do it themselves. We do a lot of them, and the bulb costs about $40 to replace the bulb. If you're doing it yourself, and we're not coming out to do it.
Right.
And they're not saying what viruses it kills. It definitely kills bacteria. But I think anything, if you have allergies and today's environment with the coronavirus, I think it's a really good idea.
I want to do it here at the station.
And that's why I said I thought about you, Taylor. I have to tell you, and I
Absolutely.
told you this a couple of weeks ago, whenever I come in, my allergies are horrible in the station.
I haven't been feeling well for the last few weeks, and when I go home, I feel much better. So,
So do I.
Let me ask Paul.
When Taylor goes home and leaves me here, I feel much better too.
You were going to be left here for good if you don't stop.
Then I'll feel really good. For good.
No, seriously, I know you're not doing any kind of like small jobs now because of what's going on. You're only doing like essential stuff. So after this is over, we can make an appointment to have that installed in our ductwork here.
Absolutely. Well, come take a look. See
All right.
I
definitely wanna do
and we'll
that.
see exactly what it
definitely,
entails. And you get the
absolutely.
Nebrasky Friends and Family discount.
Oh yeah, there we go.
There you go.
100%, I want to do this because I think it is really. We spend most of our time here.
Paul, is that
No,
better than?
I agree, and at the same time, we can take a look at the ductwork. We'll have it open to see how clean your ductwork is, to make sure that you don't have it.
As long as
Tell
the
the guy
mice-
to put a hazmat suit on.
Yeah, as long as the
Yeah.
mice don't fall out of the ductwork when you're doing that. That's been done before. The other question would be that light as opposed to a purification system. A lot of people put them in the ductwork. Does the light work as it does something
I think
different,
it's two
right?
different things, right?
Yeah.
So they are really the same thing. So the light is really considered a purification system because it's killing viruses, it's killing odors, it's killing bacteria. A lot of the purification systems we put in or the filters we put in, electronic air filters, that's taking the dust mold out, it's taking dust out.
Other stuff, yeah.
So I wouldn't do one or the other. I would do both because they're both taking out something a little bit different.
And you get good quality air in your house, which is a good
Or
thing.
Yeah,
So-
good. office.
And again, the most important part, and I know I'm running out of time, is maintenance, right? So we always talk this time of year about getting your system maintained. This is something that when your HVAC contractor comes out for once a year, they're going to check the UV light, they're going to check your system because, again, if it's not maintained, it's not working, you're getting a false sense of security there.
That sounds really good, Paul. I think we'll get the UV light for the house. I can walk around and see where the dog has sort of
very
been.
funny.
I could use that UV light for contamination.
You use it on
Well,
you.
and you don't, and since you don't need the bidet, because Taylor's going to use the long hose on the shower.
No, no, there you go. Crank it up, and I'm going to bring up my power washer. We're really going to get clean.
Yeah,
So-
oh my God!
I want him outside when I use the power washer
Oh
on
man,
him.
that'll clean you right out, for sure.
Tell Paul about the bear.
Oh yeah. So yesterday I was, Taylor had these big jugs
5
of
gallon.
water in the car, and I knew they were in there. So and she had locked
And you
the
got
car.
home- you got
so
home late last
I got
night.
home around 8:00, so I had to get around the other side of the car to get the jugs of water out. But I had already gotten and returned the recycling bin from the road. I already brought that all up. And then all of a sudden, as I'm getting in the car, I hear a rustling like where I had just got the recycling bin from, and I look up. It's dark already, but it was, kind of a full moon out there last night. I see this big black bear the size of Brazil standing right where I was standing about 5 minutes before with the recycling bin.
5
and
minutes,
I said,
try 30 seconds.
I'm out of here. And that was it. I
and
was
I
done
get a
with the
phone
water.
call. I'm in the house. I get a phone call.
I ran into my car.
Yeah, I heard him pull in, and I'm like, oh, he must be bringing up the recycling bin. And then all of a sudden the phone rings. I'm thinking he's butt dialing me. And I'm like, hello, hello. And he goes, can you hear me? And I'm like, what the heck's going on? So I open up the door, and I'm like, Frank, what's going on? I see my car door open with the light on, but nobody's there. And he
I
goes,
took
I'm
off.
in my car. I go, what happened? He goes, there's a bear. I said,
All right, so Frank, I want to know this. Did you call the police and let them know the bear was not social distancing? Did you
Yeah, I
report
should've.
the bear
Great
for
point, Paul.
non-social
I should have, yeah. Well, yeah. If he was really not social distancing, I would not have been able to call the bear because I would have been the
snack.
I would have been the snack there. That would have been it. So
oh, my
that
God.
would,
Yeah,
a little
that's
scary.
the second
I
time
didn't-
this week he's been there.
Yeah, he's not bothering you, but he doesn't.
I saw the light
He doesn't
on
care.
the other
Well,
night.
Taylor, I just figured it out.
What's
right?
that?
So you told me your favorite meal to make is salmon.
Right.
Well, I know when I've been to Alaska, the favorite thing for a bear to eat is
Yeah.
salmon.
Oh, boy. Oh,
That's
but there's
right.
no salmon in the garbage, I can assure you.
So, or the salmon bones. I think
No
whatever your
bones.
garbage is smells
No,
really good to that bear.
No
Something going on
bones.
there, right?
No bones about it.
That's right. They're swimming upstream there, Paul. So that's the way it goes. But so we appreciate that. If people want to get more information or have plumbing emergencies or any questions really to do, because you guys are answering questions and doing things, but really doing more emergency repair work right now, how would they get in touch with Paul Nebrasky, Nebrasky Plumbing and Heating?
So really the best way now is nebraskyplumbing.com. All the information's on our website. We're there for you for essential questions. We're asking a lot of questions where people are holding off us coming to their house. And you can also fill out a form there, and Wendy will answer you within an hour, as long as it's, anything you have for anything you can do. nebraskyplumbing.com.
All right, that
Paul,
sounds
thank
great.
you so much. We miss you.
Paul,
let me
we
tell
will
you.
say good day to you, and not bidet, good day.
Oh, jeez.
Well, it was good. I really learned a lot today. I didn't
I
know you
did
could do
too.
this
I
did
stuff.
too,
That was
yeah.
that was very
We learn
informative.
a lot and we laugh. What could be better?
Yeah,
and I want to
nothing
That's
report
it.
back
better.
on that power washer, okay, and see how that works
I'll try it
out.
on Taylor first.
Yeah, you'll get near me.
There you
That's
go.
why they live in the woods.
That's right. We live in the
Exactly.
woods with the animals.
Hey, Taylor, Frank, and Dan, have a great day.
Yeah,
You
stay
too.
safe,
Thanks
Paul.
so
You and the
much.
family and everybody
Say
in
hi to
Nebrasky Plumbing
Eileen.
and Heating. Stay
Okay,
safe out
bye.
there.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Bye-bye.